It's morning again in America.
The doors flew open at the end of the room, and in walks the president. And he looked at everybody and he said, I hear you're selling soap, and I thought you'd want to see the package.
Quiet on set.
When we're on a Death Valley Day set and water's not handy, Lorexo waterless hand cleaner really cleans up for us.
He was the perfect subject. From his years acting, he understood the lighting, the theatrics. He understood what our role was as well as advertising people. But in the re-election campaign, Nancy Reagan personally said, I want a higher quality advertising. I don't want the standard political fare. And so make that happen. I had written a brief about the revival of America after the 4 years of the Carter administration, where inflation had gotten so bad and the economics of the country were in terrible shape. And in the early 80s, it was the beginning of the 24/7 news cycle.
CNN headline news.
That started to have an impact on the American psyche. So it was important to find the optimism that was still in most people, but they were starting to lose a grip on it. All of these Madison Avenue all-stars, most of whom couldn't care less about politics, were all competing to have an ad produced for the campaign.
The first approach is pretty straightforward.
Hal Riney's calling card was the storytelling.
All the best a wine can be.
And the folksiness. And Hal just got it square on the nose.
It's morning again in America. And under the leadership of President Reagan, our country is prouder and stronger and better.
Hal had the voice. It's the Packer Marlboros of the bourbon voice.
We call them warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy and a little bit of slow motion made me a lot of money.
This afternoon, 6,500 young men and women will be married.
You look at that wedding scene and you feel as if we're really just trespassing on somebody's wedding. But it was all staged, and it was just of a higher quality, a higher standard than people would ever employ for a political ad. When I took the ads into the president, we also looked at another spot that Hal did.
There is a bear in the woods. For some people, the bear is easy to see. Others don't see it at all.
Reagan particularly liked the bear ad the best because it was about preparedness against the Russian behemoth. But the fact of the matter is that bear ad only ran one time. We never really needed it. Prouder, Stronger, Better was so strong, it set the tone for our campaign. People were saying, oh, you're just whitewashing everything. You know, everything's not rainbows and roses and puppy dogs and kittens.
Ronald Reagan's re-election campaign is high on symbolism, the flag, the Statue of Liberty.
He is not mentioning any specific issues. He's gliding along on the broadest and most general themes. He is campaigning by photo opportunity.
But the fact is, we did articulate what people felt. And this is why the term Morning in America has become part of the political vernacular.
This is our morning in America.
This was very much a Morning in America speech.
The point is that it's Morning in America is a better sales pitch.
It's become a generic term meaning different things to different people, but it is definitely part of the American culture today.